So, you're thinking about jumping into the stock market. Great. But there's one term you're going to hear over and over again, the Demat account. It sounds kind of technical, doesn't it? Well, don't worry. It's basically your golden ticket to the entire system. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what it is, why it's so incredibly important, and how you can get yours set up. Here's a quick look at what we're covering. We'll start with a super simple analogy, then get into what Demat actually means. We'll take a look back at why we even need these things, walk you through opening one step by step, and finish up with all the great benefits for you, the investor. Okay, let's start with the absolute easiest way to think about a Demat account. Let's just forget all the finance jargon for a minute and think about something you already use every single day. Think about it like this. Your bank account, it holds your money. Simple, right? Well, a Demat account does the exact same thing, but for your investments, your shares, your bonds, all that stuff. It's basically just a secure digital wallet where your investments are stored electronically. That's it. And I want to be crystal clear about this. This is not optional. If you want to buy or sell a single share on the Indian stock market, you have to have a Demat account. It's the key that unlocks the door. Without one, you're just on the outside looking in. So we know what it's like, but what about that name Demat? What does it actually mean? Let's unpack the term itself. Demat is really just short for dematerialized. All that means is taking those old school physical share certificates, actual pieces of paper, and turning them into a secure electronic format. That one simple idea is what the entire modern stock market is built on. But why? Why was this whole shift so important? Why did we have to get rid of the paper? Well, the answer lies in all the massive problems the old system had. Just try to imagine this for a second. Your entire investment portfolio, maybe your life savings, exists as a stack of paper. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. They could be stolen, they could be faked, they could get lost, or even destroyed in a fire. And even if none of that happened, just selling your shares could take weeks to transfer. It was slow, it was risky, and honestly, it was a mess. The real wake-up call came back in 1992. A massive stock market scam completely exposed just how broken and dangerous that old paper system was. It was a huge moment that forced the government to step in and create a safe electronic system to protect everyday people. And that's what led directly to the Demat account. Okay, so you get it. You know what it is, and you know why it's so important. Now let's get to the practical part. How do you actually open one? The first piece of lingo you need to know is Depository Participant, or just DP for short. Think of a DP as the local branch for your shares. These are the banks or the stockbrokers registered with SEBI who are your link to the whole system. They're the ones you go to. And where are the shares actually held? They're in these two huge central vaults, NSDL and CDSL. They're the big players that securely hold everyone's electronic shares. NSDL is linked to the National Stock Exchange, and CDSL is linked to the Bombay Stock Exchange. Your DP just helps you manage your account that sits inside one of these giant systems. The good news is the process is surprisingly simple. First, you pick your DP. And here's a little tip. It's usually easiest to just go with the same bank or broker you're using for your trading account. Keeps everything simple. Then, you just fill out the forms, submit your documents, do a quick verification, and boom! You get your client ID and you're all set. And here are the documents you'll usually need copies of. Your PAN card is the big one. That's mandatory. Then you need some proof of address and bank account, plus a photo. It's a pretty standard checklist. Just make sure you have the originals handy in case they need to verify them. All right, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Let's wrap it all up with the most important part. What's in it for you? What are the huge advantages of this system? Well, it basically solves every single problem the old system had. You don't have to worry about theft or forgeries anymore. Gone. You're not waiting weeks for a transaction. It's instant. You can manage your entire portfolio right from your phone. And maybe best of all, you're not forced to buy big bundles of shares. You can buy or sell even a single share if you want. It gives you total control. So at the end of the day, try not to think of it as some complicated financial thing. Your Demat account is your personal, secure gateway into the world of investing. It's the key that unlocks the whole stock market, making sure you can be a part of it safely and easily. Now you know what a Demat account is, why it's so vital, and how to get one. So the only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?